It's been a long time since I've done a Lackadaisy video. Yeah, the last time I did a Lackadaisy video was 7 months ago, so it's about time. To those that don't know what Lackadaisy is, it's basically a bunch of cats getting alcohol, running a speakeasy in the 1920s, and there's just like, it's a murder mystery about who killed the former speakeasy owner. It's an interesting concept about these adorable little cats trying to get alcohol for themselves, with a bunch of interesting cast of characters that you just love so much. Mostly every character in the show serves a purpose. So the comic was done by a creator named Tracy J. Butler in 2006. So yes, Lackadaisy has been running for years, and thankfully there was a pilot that came out and became a massive success. If you have not seen the pilot, I recommend you to watch it. You're gonna love it. The animation is basically more like PG-13, sort of like hitting for more for adults. It does have some violence in it, but it's not like on the level of The Godfather or Once Upon a Time in America or Goodfellas. It does have some like blood in it, but it's not that violent. See, Husbands Hotel, this is how you do adult animation. They hardly curse in the show. The vocabulary could top Sherlock Holmes's book. Yeah, there's a lot of high vocabulary in the show and makes you question what the hell are they saying. So sometimes you have to look up these words because I don't know what the hell they're saying. But thankfully, there's no like fuck, pussy, or any of that type of stuff because Husband's Hotel has been brain rotting a bunch of teenagers. I never thought I'll see the light of day where Lackadaisy actually gets a season 1 animated show, and I'm still waiting, but I guess, animation does take a lot of time. I guess if I'm correct, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Tracy was inspired by, I guess, a lot of gangster films. Films from like the 1930s, like a lot of gangster films from that era. I'm guessing the Goodfellas and The Godfather was also one of them. She based the humor off The Simpsons. Already a green flag. The Simpsons is a very funny show, timeless show that just still holds up. I guess she was also based by like Don Bluth animation and a bunch of Disney movies. I'm guessing Cats Don't Dance was one of them. Apparently, yes, Lackadaisy is gonna have some musical moments. And you guys know that I am a musical fan, so yes, this is a big win for me. So before I get to explain what Lackadaisy really is, there are some facts that I need to drop first. Mitzi was actually going to be Rocky's love interest, but I guess Tracy wanted to change that. And now Rocky just simps for her for the entirety of the, comic or show. Like, I get the feeling if Rocky does get a girlfriend, she'd just be killed off. Yeah, his entire character's trait is just basically suffering for the majority of the comic. Well, mostly all these characters go through something, but Rocky goes through a lot. Rocky basically busts his ass for Mitzi, and Mitzi's just... I think Mitzi's a gold digger. Like, she marries somebody like Alice, and then there's Wick over here, which is a millionaire, and she uses him just for the money. I'm guessing, I don't know. Then her and Zib actually had a former relationship, so there's more to her that she's hiding. She lies about a lot of things. She's a liar. She just likes to use people. Even though she doesn't want to admit it, she's that type of person. She's very nice to Rocky, though. Like I said earlier about Rocky just basically likes to get himself into a bunch of stupid shenanigans, and then he messes with Wick because he's a very jealous cat. Yeah, so he likes to fight for Mitzi's affection. Then there's Victor over here, who lost his eye in World War I. Yeah, Victor is an immigrant cat from Russia who left his daughter and came to America. And this is the cutest thing, is that he sees Ivy as his daughter, and he's extremely overprotective of Ivy. And Ivy is a very cute character. She basically is like the sweetheart of the group. She is Alice's goddaughter. She's basically like the golden child. Same thing with Mordecai. Mordecai is just basically like the golden child for Alice, and Alice is just like a certain father figure for Mordecai, because Mordecai didn't really have one growing up. See, this is the thing about Victor over here, that he gets so overprotected of Ivy because of Freckle. Freckle likes him, and Ivy, they both like each other. And Victor just gets overprotected. It was just so adorable. They never really explained what happened to Ivy's dad. I don't know if he died or he just left or something probably happened, but he doesn't really show up anymore. Now we have the Cajun siblings, Nicodeme and Seraphine. And I think Nicodeme is the older sibling. For those that don't know what Cajun means, it's basically like they're descendants of Acadia people. Basically, they're French people. They basically live in the bayou areas of Louisiana. It's sort of like how us Latin American people are called Latinos. It's basically the same thing with Cajun people. So these two were basically orphaned where they were kids, and they just scout the bayou areas, and they have like something with voodoo magic. Well, mostly Seraphine has something to do with that. Here's another fun fact. She's based on Josephine Baker, which was a dancer in the 1920s. So yeah, so you can see this little bit of similarities right there between Josephine and Seraphine. I'm pretty sure there were more characters out there that inspired Seraphine, but I can't really think of other ones right now. All I know is Josephine Baker, and that's it. For Mordecai, Mordecai was basically a poor child growing up in Manhattan with his mother and his three other siblings, and I guess one of them died, and he blames his mother because of the condition of how they lived. They were very poor, they were very poor cats. I'm pretty sure for Mordecai, Harold Lloyd was the inspiration for his human form, and I guess they sort of have like similarities in a way because of the glasses, but that could be anybody. But I'm just saying that it could be Harold Lloyd. Mordecai is a very high intelligent cat. He basically uses these high vocabulary words, and it's just like everybody does not want to hear him talk this way because, I mean, he's into math and he's into literature a lot. And people, I know there's a lot of people that do not like either of those. I do like literature, but when it comes to math, that's something I always hated. So when Mordecai uses these high vocabulary words, everybody just stares at him and they just like, you could tell by their facial expressions that they want Mordecai to shut the hell up. I mean, I would have been the same way too if Mordecai was just talking these words that I do not understand and he brings up math for every equation. I gotta smack this fucking cat. And I'm surprised that Victor actually puts up with his nonsense. I mean, they're partners in crime. We're partners in crime until, from what I remember, is that Mordecai shot him in the leg and they betrayed each other. Yeah, I don't know what happened between these two, but I'm sure we're gonna get it in season 1, so we're gonna have to wait. So the last thing I want to talk about before I get to the actual story of Lackadaisy is just basically Ivy and Freckle are the cutest couple in this whole entire series. Freckle is just basically like bipolar cat that just switches up easily. He gets frustrated and he gets like crazy like Rocky does, and then he switches up to this soft side of him, and he has a soft spot for Ivy, and Ivy just like, the thing is that they just fall in love way too easily. There's no build up to their relationship, and that's something that I don't really like, but they're still a cute couple. And now let's talk about the actual plot of the story. So the actual plot of Lackadaisy is basically cats running a speakeasy, and they're trying to keep it afloat because their business is dying, and the only person that could basically save the speakeasy is Rocky right here. But Rocky does such a horrible job with everything, and Mitzi's just on the verge of just not wanting to run the speakeasy anymore. She tries everything, and she tries to steal money from Wick, and Wick does not know this. So if you read the comic, you understand that she actually steals money from him because she wants to keep her speakeasy afloat, and she wants to live this purpose of her husband's dream alive still. Yeah, so for the majority of these characters, they go through a lot. Mitzi with the business, Rocky's trying to please Mitzi, Wick wants to keep his money for his own business. Mordecai, he doesn't really know what he wants anymore. He does have empathy for people, but he needs a reason to kill people or he's not going to be mentally fine. And I like that for the majority of these characters are anti-heroes. Yeah, you know how hard it is to write anti-heroes? They're extremely hard. They're very hard. Especially if it's a cast of all anti-heroes. And yes, it is extremely hard to do that. Like the other show I've seen that has this type of cast is Peaky Blinders. And that is an amazing gangster show if you're into like anything that's gangster. So I recommend that show too. So anyway, Lackadaisy is basically an amazing series of experience that you're gonna actually follow up with. All these characters are gonna end up loving because most of these characters, they end up going through a lot of things. Rocky lost his mother. His dad wasn't really in his life. He joined the circus at a very young age, but he was mistreated and I guess he left, and the only person that was really in his life was his aunt and his cousin. And Rocky treats his cousin like shit. He just takes advantage of his kindness. He also treats Wick like shit too, so he destroys his entire factory in the pilot, and poor Wick, he has to already go through a lot of finances of the businesses, and then Rocky just destroys everything that he loves. Because Rocky gets treated like shit by everybody, and Freckle and Ivy are the only people he could depend on. The poor guy lives in his car. He's a homeless cat. He has nowhere to go, and this is the only thing he's good at. I mean, he's good at the violin, but a lot of people don't really listen to his music. It isn't until he meets Mitzi that he actually starts to have feelings for her.
Whether, I don't know if it's platonic or romantic, but he really does simp for Mitzi because Mitzi gave him a job. But ever since the owner died, everything just starts becoming a shithole for everybody in the entire Lackadaisy crew, because Zib also has issues. He's trying to keep the band afloat, and he doesn't know whether to leave or stay. And it's kind of sad because Zib is he's actually nice to Rocky. But here's the thing: is that the music that they play is all jazz, and you never hear violin in a jazz band. So that's why they're like basically telling Rocky, it's better if you just stay on the sidelines. We can have violin and, you know, this jazz parade of music that they're trying to play. Everybody has to deal with Rocky. Victor is another character who has to deal with Rocky. First, he has to deal with Mordecai. Now he's got to deal with Rocky. If I had to choose between both of them, I'm going to have to deal with Rocky, just because Rocky is my favorite character in the entire series. He's a crazy, lovable cat that's basically like Joker, and we all know how cats are. They could get a little bit crazy sometimes, and they're very territorial about things. I know because I speak from experience, because my cat does the same thing. Every time she sees another cat, she gets extremely territorial, and she gets jealous when I try to befriend another cat. But then again, I don't mind because it's just so adorable how jealous they get. It's just like they're so cute, and they know they're cute. They just take advantage of people, and they're like, give me hugs and kisses. But then when I try to pet them, they get all mad because they want to be left alone. Okay, I'm getting off subject. What was I saying? Okay, Rocky is my favorite character. And most of these characters are my favorite. This show or this series is actually a very amazing series, and I recommend everybody who's into, like, sort of, I guess, furries in a way? I don't know how to explain it, but anthropomorphic animals. So yeah, if you haven't seen or read Lackadaisy, I highly recommend it. All these characters are amazing. The story is very interesting. I still don't even know who killed Alice. I'm pretty sure it's Asa. I have a high chance it could be Asa. This is an amazing series. Very adorable, very mysterious series, and it has everything I always wanted in these characters. The art style is immaculate. I do like how toonish everything looks. I like these type of style in these anthropomorphic animals. I can't stand the real furries, like the realistic furries. So yeah, I recommend Lackadaisy. Please go read it. You should. It's on Webtoons, and it's on the Lackadaisy website. Or just wait until the first season drops, but I'm pretty sure that's going to take even longer because animation does take time. And that's all I gotta say about Lackadaisy and why I still love Lackadaisy, and it's probably one of my favorite comics ever. So I appreciate you watching this, and thank you.